Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are once again in Kerbal Space Program Hardcore Mode. And for those people that might be new to this series, what this is I'm playing Kerbal Space Program in hard mode, but then with the further difficulty of turning the science down to 30% to try and, I don't know, slow myself down for an inexplicable reason. I do have some mods installed. They are all down listed in the description, but this is basically a stock game. The parts are all stock, the gameplay is all stock. They're just mods that are there really just to kind of pretty it up and change the UI a little bit. Anyway, what are we going to be doing? What is going on right now? The Kerbals, I've been asked, why don't you do KSR SS anymore? That was just, I wanted to start up fresh, and, I took a break, towards the end of the summer for largely personal reasons. Came back, asked people what they wanted me to do, and this is, I think, what it was in the poll. I remember that. But anyway, can only do so many things at the same time. Anyway, what is going on here? We are returning from the moon with Valentina, Roland, and Dr. Jekyll. We went to the moon. We docked with a lander that we left in orbit about the moon, so if we fill that lander up, we can use it once again. Roland went down to the surface, collected a bounty of science, brought it back, momentarily left it behind. We had to turn around and go back and get the science and then start back on our way to Kerbin. And now you can see we've got Kerbin growing large in behind us. We had a bunch of contracts associated with the moon, but I still do have one more contract here to fulfill, which is to complete the rescue of Dr. Jekyll. Dr. Jekyll was actually in low orbit about Kerbin. We picked her up, took her out to the moon. Now we're done, but the contract isn't until we recover her. That's it. We also had another rescue contract to rescue Toborn from orbit of Kerbin. He's in a very high orbit. I can probably show it to you right here, way out here. There he is. But and the plan was to rescue him on the way back, but my turnaround to recover the side, did decide rescue Toborn or recover the science, and I chose science. So we'll have to find some time to rescue him as well. I also have this other contract here to build a new station in orbit about the moon. This one does have a requirement for 4,000 units of liquid fuel, which is a lot, to say the least. We'll see if I go into that or not. Part of it's going to be about what science nodes I can unlock when I get back, because I'm still relatively early in the career tech mode. And by the way, speaking of mods, I spoke about mods like a couple of minutes ago. This is the Contracts Window Plus, and it's a mod that I've always used in my games. So instead of using the stock contract one, which is really small, it's this one, which is really nice. You can even like have two different screens going at the same time. You can split these into missions if you want. But mostly I just kind of like the size of it. I like how it lists all the requirements right there in front of you. Much more convenient than the stock one. But for some reason, it wasn't working for me for the longest time. And then CCAN was another mod that wasn't working for me for the longest time. I figured that one out and got CCAN working. And then after I got CCAN working, I updated all my mods. And then once I did that, this started working. So yay for that. But anyway, we are, unfortunately, this vessel, let's just actually get rid of that window. This vessel is incapable of landing on Kerbin's surface. Its target is, in fact, actually this station right here, Kerbin Station here. I am using the Trajectories mod to predict my trajectory. Actually, it's not going to be as low as that if I close all the doors. After I go through the atmosphere once, I'm going to be in this trajectory, and then I'm going to put myself into a stable orbit, and we're going to facilitate a rendezvous with the station. And at the station is another vessel that can take us down to the surface. Multiple stages to this one, but upside is most of these vessels are reusable. That's what I really, really like. Okay, let's get this last aerobraking pass out of the way. So enough preamble. We'll get down there. We did 2 aerobraking passes towards the conclusion of the stream last week. So for people that caught that, this is just going to be much of the same. Alright, we're going to arrange this onto the retrograde vector. I like to put this on surface so it's actually really retrograde to the airstream. And then we got to close all doors and stuff, retract antennas, which unfortunately does turn off the lights, which is the way I have this all set up. And we'll ride this through, and we'll do the next one. Oh, how long have I been playing this stream? What is this one? The 19th episode? I do one a week. So that pretty much says it's been since the fall. I've been doing this one. Last you remember was I was trying to land a rover at the Moon Arc. Yeah, that's very possible. It might be just an old video, or it might be another stream. I can't remember. Okay, we'll do a little time warping here. Just about a minute away from periapsis. Oh, hello, Gil. I'm glad you could make it. It's been a little while. And hopefully all this... I always get nervous doing the aero braking, but I am trusting the Trajectories mod, because if I get in a situation where this apoapsis gets down too far and doesn't come and ends up going into the atmosphere, this crew's in a lot of trouble. Because I am playing on hard mode, I cannot quick save, and I can't revert. So, I mean, I could actually do a formal hard save and then reload the hard save, but I think that defeats the whole purpose, so I'm not doing that. We're going to live with our consequences. I just said it was a stream a couple of months ago. Landing near the moon, I honestly can't recall. I'll have to do some digging. Last time I was landing a rover near the Moon Arc. It honestly isn't even coming to me. Alright. Coming out the other side now. Our apoapsis is 380, still dropping, but it's not going to drop too much lower at our altitude here. I like it. The station itself is at an altitude of 120, so I think this will leave us with a nice orbit. Sort of... what's to say, to facilitate a rendezvous. Okay, we are out. And we can open all this stuff up. We're not coming through the atmosphere anymore. So now the plan, you can see if I went around one more time, we're going to crash into the surface. That's clearly not what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do instead, and I'll use a maneuver node for this. Probably don't have to, but all I want to do is raise that periapsis up to the same altitude as the station. And the thing to do is to watch these close encounter indicators. When they are just touching that PE, right? Well, that was almost it. Maybe it went a little too far. Getting a little too picky. Just about there. Now you know you're at the right thing. Okay, so we're going to do that. That's a little tiny burn, and then we're missing by quite a bit, but we'll have to see what we can do to sort of facilitate us getting there. Okay. To the burn. Oh, I'm still locked to normal there, dummy. Just trying to position it so I can see the numbers here. There we go. You can lose these numbers in the white of the clouds. And it's only a 4-second burn, but I'm not going to go to full throttle. There we go, up there. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, a little more. I'll just use... Oh, no, I can use the engine. It's going... That feels good. Okay, so... Put that back that way. That can come off. So you can see here we're missing the station by a lot. So there's a couple of things we can do. I want to save fuel because I just don't want to bring up more fuel. And there's more fuel at the station that I can use to refill this. But I'm kind of in a waste not, want not type of mode. So I'm just going to add a maneuver here. And this is sort of a dummy maneuver that shows what our encounter is going to be like on our next go around. You can see now it's now over here. We're a little bit closer. And then if I pop ahead in orbit, it'll show how close we're coming on the next orbit. And then we're missing. So what I'm going to do is keep that dummy one there. I'm going to put a burn right here at our upcoming PE. Yep, 20 minutes. And then I'm just going to tweak that and try and get this encounter pretty close. I got a feeling I got to do, yeah, a little more prograde. Instead of doing that, because if I go prograde, I just have to bring it back down again. Let's go back to the first maneuver, which is actually maneuver 2 because it's coming up later in time. Go one more orbit so that this encounter's on the other side. Now back to the maneuver I'm playing with. And now a little bit of retrograde. Should get those pretty close now. There should be... Oh, I got 0.6 separation. Hoping people can see that. 0.6 kilometers. 0.2. Oh, I'm going to go with 0.2 is pretty happy. So I'm going to do this teeny tiny little 15 meter per second burn. Then we're going to ride around a couple of times and then we should be pretty close. Okay. Actually, I'm going to just turn down the thrust limiter. It's because it said it's a 1 second burn. Don't never like that. I'll just keep it locked to retrograde. I don't know why I didn't lock just the prograde last time. Okay. Throttle. I'm just going to try and burn this as accurately as I can. Okay. Alright, and well, we'll see. Did I lose my other maneuver node? Looks like I did. Okay. I lost that other one I had out here, but that's okay. So what we'll do is just time warp, and it's going to take a few orbits, but you can see with each orbit, these should get closer. And another... Oh, there we go. How close are we? 1.1 kilometers. We can work with that. And our encounter speed is only 132 meters per second. I'm going to put this onto those. Target. I always get asked in my videos when if there's about rendezvousing is they don't see the little target icons and you just got to press F4. There was a time where the default was for that to be on. I'm not sure why the game made a choice to go the other way, but it did. But it's annoying. Maybe there's something in the settings that you can use to... Yep, let's bring in the distance closer. No, it's not. It's making it further apart. Ah! I was going closer for a little bit. Just gonna keep burning like I am as long as this number's going down. We're getting down 550 meters, 500 meter separation. 400 meter separation. That's about it. Oh, all my Kerbals are ecstatic. I'm being asked why are all the Kerbals there happy? Why wouldn't they be happy? Everything is going great. Roland almost forgot her science, but managed to be able, thanks to Valentina's piloting skills, was able to recover it. And thanks to the people in the chat screaming, "You're forgetting the science, man! What about the science?" Alright, we're about a couple minutes away. Let's see what we can do to try and reduce this distance a little further. So it looks like I gotta go a little like this. Nope, that's making it worse. That's making it better. I gotta be a little careful. We still got a lot of speed to shed. Relative speed, of course. Speed with the target. I think it'd be more this way. Oh, starting to go back up again. If you see that target distance going up, just stop what you're doing. Let yourself get closer. Okay. Gonna keep her locked on retrograde now. We're a minute away. We're still going at 115 meters per second relative to our target. So that's not healthy. So I'm going to just throttle up and try and keep this time about a constant. I want to stop seeing it going down. Hopefully I won't have to go full throttle for that. No, it's getting close. Off a little speed there. Also messed up my distance a little bit. That's why I stopped. Okay, oh, time's starting to come up, but also my speeds come down to a nice, comfortable number. I already answered the question why I don't do KSRSS anymore. So, Curry Gaming, that question has been answered. Basically, I can only do one thing at a time. Whoa, oh, I'm going too fast. I blew by my target. Let's stop. I blew by my target while reading the chat. That's okay. Alright, there's our target. Set that as a target. Control from here. Go a little more that way, yeah. this engine off now. And the station hopefully is still aligned along the north-south line, so I put this right on south, right on 180 degrees, and that should have the docking ports all lined up. Yeah, keeping the closing speed about 1% the distance works well, I think. I think you're right. I just sort of more kind of eyeballed it. Okay, so I can see the target icon coming up here. Now I'm just waiting to see... Oh, I can see the retrograde icon over here. That's always a good sign if you can see both of those. Maybe I can turn that to a prograde icon. There it is. Put it right about there. Oh, these folks, they've been in... This is like on day 11 now of this mission. They've been at this for a while. There was some time warping errors that occurred that made this mission a few days longer than it otherwise should have been. I'll be the first to admit that. I'm seeing a question about batteries. In the stock game, there's not a huge, unless you get into the science lab or into the resource converter, like converting ore to resources, there's not a huge amount of worry about electricity, so I never really think about it too much. I just slap a bunch of batteries here. You can see just a bunch of those Z100s and call it a day. In terms of electricity. Once you get into the science lab, because that uses a lot of electricity, or turning ore into resources, come on, there we go, then things are a little different. Okay, so we're not going to forget the science this time. This is our vehicle home. So what we're going to do is we're going to transfer our crew, but the scientist, so Valentina's going to go over there. But our scientist is going to EVA, collect the science, and not be as dumb as I was last time. And we're going to transfer over Dr. Jekyll. And then we're going to EVA Roland. And all the science should be there. There we go. I can't believe I left that science behind before. Where is the hatch? And board, okay, and all our science is aboard. Now I do not need... Well, that's a structural tube. I don't need a lot of fuel. I just need the fuel to deorbit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty one of these cans. Again, waste not, want not. So we'll transfer that into there. And then what I'll also do is there's a fair amount of fuel stored on the station here. Might as well fill up our Cerberus vessel and then we'll head back down. Okay, that is that one. And that one. And so this vessel will be ready to use for next time. And that can. Now, just speaking of 4,000 units of liquid fuel, like if we look here, this whole collection, everything here, including this big tank on the station, is only 1,206 units of liquid fuel. So 4,000 units of liquid fuel is a lot. Yeah, I'm going to shift the monopropellant over too. I'll fill up the monopropellant here. Oh, I might as well shift all the monopropellant out of that too. Yep. That is very true. Okay, is this full? Full, full, full. Full. Good stuff. Okay, and we have monopropellant cans here and here. Might as well steal some from here. I don't go through monopropellant all that quickly, so I always end up with lots of monopropellant. There and there. And then finally, because this guy doesn't need the monopropellant at all, let's see if we can steal some of this. That one's full. That one's full. Oh, they might all be full. That one's full. Oh, and there's also this, right? Nope, no monopropellant in there. Okay, so we are going to bring some monopropellant down with us because we don't have anywhere else to put it. Okay, let's see what we got here. So, where's the KSC? It is coming up over here. Oh, this is the... Oh, that's the desert launch site. That's the Woomer. I always like, just for whatever reason... Oh, here's my station. We're coming up to the Woomerang launch site. I always start my descent burns from the same place. Just helps me make them a little bit consistent. Go here. Okay, we're all set. Let's detach. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. Alright, I'm gonna go... I found 35 kilometers sometimes gets me coming a little short. So I'm gonna go like 38 kilometers. There's lots of ocean on the other side, so we're just gonna... Where's the station? Nowhere near? Okay. Bring that periapsis down to 38. Oh, I went way too far. Back off with monopropellant. Oh, I just realized as well. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I'm bringing down that science kit. I should just really quickly just check the station and make sure. I can't remember if I left the science kit, whoops, in the... I'm sure I'm too far from the station. I'm not sure if I left the science kit in the lander or not, and I don't know if there's... I'm just worried I'm taking a science kit down with me. Be nice to leave some up in space. I could always bring up another, but then that requires me remembering, which is always going to be a challenge, isn't it? What's the cargo say here? No science kit. So next time I come up, bringing up a science kit. Boom. Let's write this down. What did I miss? Not too much. We have transferred our crew from the Cerberus, coming back from the moon. They are now in the Gemini vessel, coming down to the surface. That will finish off the rescuing Dr. Jekyll contract, as well as bring back, hopefully, a lot of science. We'll just have to see. Oh, we're going down in the dark. That's okay. Alright, and now I have no attitude control. I don't think I snuck any reaction. No, I didn't, but that's okay. This thing will orient itself correctly in a little bit anyway. Hopefully, anyway. Yeah, I probably am gonna. I do have one Kerbal in high orbit about Kerbin. You know what I could do, honestly, is there is a probe body in the Cerberus, which I left docked with the station. It's got plenty of fuel. It could definitely just go up there, go get him, bring him down to the station. I'll have to think about it, but probably I should rescue the one Kerbal I still have left up there. I'm very, very short on pilots. I only have 2 pilots. I think I only have 2 or 3 scientists, too. And I'm, like, up to my eyeballs in engineers. Got that pretty re-entry effects coming from the Firefly mod. Yeah, see what? Even 38, I'm coming short again. Oh my gosh, this must be a really draggy capsule. Please don't land in the mountains. You are a ball. There's where the KSC is over here. I think I'm going to be okay, but wow. Yeah, this would not be a good way to end. But I think I'm okay. I will be hovering over the recover button. Sometimes if it might like start to roll really slowly, but the recover's still there and you can scoop it up before it gets out of control. Oh, I got some science from the mystery goo that is sitting on the surface of the moon. Oh, there's a pile of debris raining down over there, bothering all of the poor woodland creatures. It is a little hilly. Give it to me. There we go. Also helps if I have RCS blocks. I think those actually stop the rolling too. Or a little bit, if it's not too steep. Alright. Now, the thing is, how much science did I get? I am now 256 science. Okay. Funds are doing pretty good. And I should also now have that one contract screen message. Yeah, okay. I got 5.4 science from the mystery goo that is sitting on the surface from the Breaking Ground DLC, and Dr. Jekyll contract is now done. So the only contracts I got, that's done, is this station with the 4,000 units of liquid fuel and the rescue contract. Do at least the rescue contract, but let's take a look inside the science thing here. 256 science. Now, I don't think I can't get into this. Yeah, I don't think I can get into here yet. I think I still gotta. So what I'm thinking, if I'm gonna bring that much, is that I need bigger motors. So I got the mainsail coming up. Okay, that's promising. The skiff and the Kodiak. That means I already got the skipper and the poodle. Okay, okay, okay. This might be doable. A lot of little motors and stuff. Those aren't really going to be too useful. I hate where this shrimp SRB is. Like, it's... I don't know what you would ever use it for at this point in the game. Whole lot of... I like these slanty fuel cans. That's a 1.875 meter. That's the Jumbo 64. That might be useful too. I also got to decide whether I'm going to bring up the matching oxidizer. Okay, these are 160 each, so that means I can only get one. Ah, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Well, I'm thinking likely my best bet is just going to be bigger motors if I'm going to bring up all of that fuel. There's the three-person Mark III cockpit, Mark I III cockpit. That might not, but not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Ladders, finally. And more construction parts, more of these surface parts for collecting science. And deployable solar panels, which I don't have yet. I think... No, I don't want to get too much into the lab. The lab feels a little bit cheaty. I'm thinking my best bet might just be bigger motors. Oh, these twin bores. Oh my lord, you can lift the moon with those. Yeah, bigger motors. If I'm going to go with a big station, bigger motors, I think is the plan. Alright. So let's let's warp to Sunrise. And let's recover these guys. It won't let me do it while I'm time warping. More boosters, exactly right. And here we go. Yeah, I think I'm going to get that 4,000 units of liquid fuel off my belt. Now, let's just see, let's see. That is... We'll rescue this guy too. I think I'll try and kind of deal with all of that at the same time. I also want to go in and see what other contracts. There might be some really nice, easy ones out there. But I've got to build a station, have the usual stuff on it. Have to support at least 11 Kerbals. Oh my god. Now, it does count... It does count any vessels docked with it. So the lander holds 1, the Cerberus holds 4, so I got 5 already. So I need to have room for 6 more Kerbals and 4,000 units of liquid fuel. Oh my golly gumps. And then I got to bring up 2 pilots. Okay, well, it doesn't have to all be done at the same time. Why is this here? I don't know. That must have been in the upgrade. It must have. This is Blitzy's. But I don't need it. Okay. I don't think I can hide it here. Or is it in one of these tools down here? Like here? No, everything's in the stock. Oh, you're a stinky bum. Okay, I'm just gonna have to... I'm gonna tuck that away. I might just take that mod out, but I think I have to uninstall it. Can't even move it? Why? If I right-click on it? Oh, well. We'll ignore it. Let's see. 4,000 units of liquid fuel. So, there are... These guys, they hold 400. So, if I build with 10 of those, that's 4,000 there. Or... If I get my biggest LFO tank, which is this guy, that's 1,400. I could take out the oxidizer, but then I'm going to need a few of them. Let's start messing with the Mark 1s first. So what do I have? Let's just stick a probe body out here, And what do I have for the structural? Oh, I just have the tri-coupler one. if I use the Mark 1s, three-way symmetry, 1, 2. I'll never use this much fuel. That's what's kind of bugging me. That's 2,400. It's telling me down here 3,600. And if I take a structural piece, this might be, I'll have to strut the bejeepers out of this too. Whenever you do this with the structural piece like this, I gotta go to one-way symmetry, and then you just keep turning it until it matches, but it will only click to 1. That's never solid. It's really, it looks good, but it's not good. And what I'm thinking, what am I thinking? I don't know what I'm thinking. I honestly don't know. What if I took a Rockomax adapter? Take an LFO tank, so I at least have some oxidizer up there. So now I'm over 4,000 units of liquid fuel. But I also have a little bit of oxidizer, so I can actually use this thing for something practical. Get some struts. And there's no rule that says you have to do this. Sorry, it's only on three-way symmetry. There's no rule that says this has to all be done in one go. You can do it in stages too, which might not be entirely stupid. Maybe one stage just to bring up this, and then one stage to bring up the rest, plus, what'd I say, 5 Kerbals? Thoughts are coming together. Now my only docking ports still are the little, only the juniors, yeah. Like I do have the hitchhiker, right? Please. There it is. So that's 4. I might have to tick a sneak a one person something in here. The station must be fully assembled at launch. That's a common misconception. It is, trust me. All they mean is, where this sentence is, the station must be fully assembled at launch, means it must have all of these bits here at launch, which is just an antenna, a docking port, and can generate power. The rest of this can be added at your leisure. It does not have to be all at once. So trust, I've gone through this one before, and people have already, and it works. So this part has to be like this at launch. This part can be added later. I'm like 90% confident that's the way it can work. Do you want me to do it all at launch? I mean, I could try. I just don't really know if I feel like it. Let's see. I'm just gonna make this the root part. I like building stations in here. I mean, I can try and make it all at launch if you want. The thing is, I don't want to, I don't know. You know what? No. I think I am going to do it in stages. I don't want to show people, at least, or you know what? I'm either going to show people that you can do this in 2 steps, or I'm going to demonstrate to myself that you can't do it in 2 steps. Because I know I've done it in multiple steps, but then maybe that was in a different version of the game. I don't know. So here, this is going to be my 2 ends of this module. Let's see if bop. I think it might look a little better this way too. So one module is this. I can lose this. Look at that. And then the other module, which is going to be kind of a command module, is going to be this. That's going to be my idea. I still need space for one more Kerbal. So what I could do, I think what I might do, put that on. Put that on. That's 2 more Kerbals. This is going to be my Mun Station. But you know, this is going to be an experiment. We're going to find out. Find out who's right. I'm fully willing to admit I might be wrong. We'll find out. There's only one way to find out. And on this end, not a huge amount of imagination, honestly, going into this, is there? What the heck? Am I... I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, I'm on radial symmetry, just 1. Oh, is it that big? Oh my gosh. This one. And then the... I also need... I gotta think about... where the lander's gonna go and all that kind of stuff. I hate having the little docking ports, but I might put a couple of docking ports just like that on the sides. It also needs some sort of control system, which I might put here. So let's put in one of these. And the octo. Some reaction wheels would be a good idea too. Now, which way around is that octo right now? Is it right side up? By right side up, I mean that is up that way. I think so. Yes, there. I wanted to see that right side up. Okay. There's no way this is all happening in... Yeah, that's the idea. That's why I'm bringing this LFO tank up there. Just so that there is some oxidizer up there. I'll never make use of all this fuel. Like, I just don't see it happening. Now, at some point, what I always like to do is build a nuclear roundabout, and then that only uses liquid fuel. But I hear what you're saying. Maybe just put up empty oxidizer cans. One thing at a time. We'll keep playing with this. We'll keep playing with this. Okay, so this is going to be our new root part right here. It does require some solar generation, doesn't it? That would be a good plan. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna bring this piece up first. So solar generating batteries. Gonna need some batteries. I might just really get wimpy. Just do this. This should be fine. We'll definitely want to light it up too. Center that there. Batteries. Well, it's going to be just, again, a bunch of Z100s. Eight-way symmetry. Like that. And like that. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then these guys are on the docking port, so I'm simply going to remove them from the symmetry. Out. Okie dokie. Some sort of storage would be a good idea. One of the things I definitely want to put... Oh, I'll put a science kit up there. Actually, I've done... Those are the things you only do once, aren't they? They're not biome specific. Yeah, I shouldn't worry about that. But still, storage. Oh, shoot. I have crappy ones. I hate not having good stuff. Trying to decide which of these two to put on here. Go with the more streamlined one. Like that. We need antennas. Just going to put on regular Communitron 16s. 2 of them will be fine. I'm just going to hide them right in here. That's going to be it. Reaction wheels. Reaction wheels. I do have the big ones, so I'm going to use them. Should come off, yeah. Okay. Oh, the Hitchhiker does have a lot of storage capacity. You're 100% correct. That's true. But I'm going to put those external ones on there now anyway. But yeah, let's fill up some of this storage capacity in the Hitchhiker. I probably didn't even need these, but I'll leave them on there now that they're there. If I go to cargo, let's throw, I mean, what I really actually, let's throw in a few of these repair kits. What I really actually need are going to need struts to start putting things together. Never can have too few struts. Okay, what else is down here? I like these little lights. I might start... They're fun to play with. Come here. There. So, I'm just going to throw in a couple of them. And then who knows, maybe the next time we land on the moon might bring a bit down. Let's bring in more. Compared to the 4,000 units of fuel that I have aboard, this is pitiful stuff. Does my keyboard sound like the joystick on an Xbox controller? I don't know. It is an old keyboard. Okay, I will fess up to that. Now, I do have... I don't know how much I want to get into this. Let's just go shiny. Especially considering how many of these there are. Gonna be my shiny fuel cans. That is the Turd mod, which allows you to do a lot of customization of coloring. Like, it's really cool, but it takes a long time. So I might make this whole unit here. Let's just get rid of this temporarily. Oh, does this? Oh yeah, I can go this way. Bomberos. That looks cool. I'm just gonna go shiny. Shiny. Everything's gonna be shiny. Actually, I might keep that shiny orange. I like that. Okay, so that's that module. This fuel tank. Shiny orange. Alone, make this one shiny. Alright, what else am I missing? What else am I missing? I should put on... Oh, yeah, these should be orange too. There was something out... Lights, for goodness sakes. Check the weight and the part count. No, this is only because I'm building it in the spaceplane hangar, because it's still a tier 1 spaceplane hangar, but this thing will not be launching from the spaceplane hangar, so I don't have to worry about that piece. Struts I should make shiny too. But I am noticing the engineer report going, don't worry about that. It'll all be fine, hopefully. Unless it's all too much for my tier 2 launch complex, but I don't think so. Lights. Why is it? Is that, there we go. Just turn them on for a second and probably pitch them inwards like that. That should do. And then the same thing on... Actually, I guess I should go with three-way symmetry on this side. Hopefully that'll look okay. Yeah. Those and here and copy these over here. Four-way symmetry. Down a little bit. And then some blinky lights here at the end. Put the blink on. This one, I always get this, but I'm going to call it red because I'm coming into port. This is my logic, and I should have... Oh no, this one should be green, I think. I'm thinking nautically, with nautical markers and things like that, you should have green on your right as you're coming into port. No, red on your right as you're coming into port. This one would be on your left, so I'm going to color green. Whether that's right from a aeronautics space point of view, I'm not going to worry about it. Remove symmetry, that one's going to be red. I think the colors are kind of okay. Let's leave them. And then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side if that's going to work. Well, actually, no. Let's do that here. No, I'm going to put them out here. So let's take the snap off. I'm using the radial symmetry, so I should have a matching one on the other side. And with absolutely no justification, I'm going to color this one red and put the blink on. And then I'm going to grab another, or grab it again, put it on the other side. And this one should be green. Blink on, and I think they're tucked into the textures just a little bit, so I'm just going to pull them out. should have a matching set over here. I do. Okay, let's see. Checking weight. Don't worry. I'm just reading through the chat. Don't worry about science kits. Yeah, I think I'm done with the moon for science kits, so I don't think I need to worry about science kits. Is one antenna enough? I have 2. Remember your problems lately. No, I have 2. And 2 is enough. 2 should be enough. You know, if you want to, here, I got an idea. And again, now I'm just getting into aesthetics, really. If I put 2 here, and 2 here, and then do this. Make them horizontal. I don't know why. I'm going to make that one horizontal and this one horizontal. Tuck them in a bit. Looks like the doors, we're going to clip them. There, that's 4 antennas. Alright, so this, unless I'm really missing something, I kind of like the way those stick out like that. I think this is going to be my Mun Station. It's going to go up in 2 modules. Alright, so, yeah, let's save this. And then I'm going to, this is the root part, so I should be able to just take this off, chuck it away. Now I'm going to go over to the VAB. We're going to grab this. Should be, oh no, is that horizontal? I want it this way. Definitely want it to go up this way. Turn off all of these crazy lights that I left on. Alright, and now the thing is to get this, how heavy is it? 13 tons to the moon. Let's get this 13 tons to the moon. Retract those antennas, retract those antennas. Let's actually just get into the action groups. On the light action group, I'm going to also toggle these antennas. So when I turn on the lights, all that stuff comes on, and I'll also open up those doors. Close that. Oakley dokley. So let's say, I think the probe core is upside down now. I think you might be right, but the thing is, well, actually, I could fix it right now. I might as well. You're right. There's no point having one that's upside down, but I do agree. I think it is upside down. I was going to put on another one anyway, and then make that the root part, so I'm not sure it's a big deal. It is definitely upside down. Right here. It's easy to fix. Let's fix it. You're right. That out. No, the other way. Yes. This the root part again. Is that now right side up? No, it's still upside down. What is wrong with me? Okay. Oh, I know what I did. I think it got flipped twice. Okay. Now it's right side up. No, I want it to stay upside down. I can do this. Yeah. Okay, now make it the root part again. I shouldn't have flipped it that second time. I ended up flipping it twice. Oh, this is turning into being too much. Okay, it's right side up. I just want to roll it that way. Okay, there we go. We're done. No more fluff. Oh, except now the antennas I'm noticing aren't the same level. Lower this one antenna. There. Save it. Stop. Stop. This is Mun Station Core. Save it. Alright, close this. Okay, so let's think about the moon. To go to the moon, I need, what is it? 860 plus the capture, call that, that's like 280. So 860, I'm writing, oh, here, let's just get out my calculator. 860 plus 280, that's 1140. If I could build something in around the 2100, 2200 range. Okay, I'm gonna need obviously some big tanks, and I don't want to use any of the fuel that's in this. So this is just very roughly. Let's get the poodle going for the first. I think I'm gonna be getting into my big motors for the first time. Oh, that's already a lot with a lot of thrust. Okay, wow, that's a good little pusher. It's not including this, is it? It is. Of course it is. Of course it was. Okay, so I do need more than this. It's still a lot of thrust, though. Just want to get a rough idea of how big this pusher needs to be. Okay, I like it. I like this. I know what I'm going to do, though. Whenever I do this thing where I have one of these 16s and one of these 8s is what I prefer to do. Is use 3 of the 8s and just stagger them like this. For no other reason than makes a nice checkerboard. Okay, we're going to pull that down. We're going to put on one of these. And then we're going to stick in another probe body, and this is going to become the root part. And we're going to put on one of those Rocco Max, one of those. And that's going to fit under it. We'll strut the bejeebers out of this. This thing is going to need its own antennas. And it's going to need some batteries. And I want to make that the root part. And I want to strut it. And we're going to be... think about closing these ugly gaps. So on the top, what we can do is use a nose, like an upside down fairing, and just kind of flare it out a bit. So if I get the 1.25 meter fairing, flare that out a little bit. Close it off down here towards the bottom if you let me. I want to make it close off nice. Don't be like this. There. Okay. And just stick a nose cone on the top. Just going through the atmosphere. We'll ditch this on the way up. I don't have any Separatrons yet, do I? I do not. I want to use that twin bore though. And here I want to close this in. I don't think I have a big fairing, but what I think I got, how big is that one? That's a 1.875, still not big enough, but I think I might have some engine plates. Oh, I don't think I have the big engine plate. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Sorry, I'm thinking right now. This guy doesn't need solar panels because it's the moment I undock this piece is I'm going to be just driving it into the moon. So I don't need solar panels on this bit. I'm noticing my antennas are beaking out. Don't peek out antennas. Okay. How am I gonna close that in? I don't have the right size engine plates. I don't have the right size. Shoot. I think what I'm gonna have to do is change this a little bit. For no other reason than just to be able to close that in nice. So I do have, if I get the, got out this fairing. There we go. And but unfortunately that's a 1.875 meter part, but I do also have, I think it's this one. Yeah, see that. Then I probably don't need all of this. This will look okay. What was I aiming for again? Like I said, around 2100. Looking at my calc. Yeah, I think that looked good. Yep. No, I'm not. I don't think I'll do the free IVA because I tend to build my stations like here's a docking port. Like I kind of ignore how Kerbals might travel through here. So that's why I'm not worrying. I don't think I'll do that. All right, that looks reasonably streamlined, I think. So next. Oh, please tell me I have a large. I don't have the large decouplers. Oh wait, I do. It's okay. Okay, we'll do that, and then I'm thinking of getting into those. I'm a big fan of these twin bores. Unlock 65 grand to unlock the twin bore. Oh my golly! Oh, that is huge. That is huge. These things are just, and they look good too. And it keeps your part count reasonable. How do I stick that in there? Okay, so I need a total there. Total there. 47. If I can get up around 5, just shy of 5 grand, I think I'm easy. Maybe not even that much. 48, 49. That is still a ton of thrust down there. We will be getting into some auto strutting, I can tell that much, but just how big this is getting. Am I just missing something? That engine should be here. This should be here. That should be there. Those two should be in the same stage. There we go. Wow. Wow. You know what? I might. Just feels. I just feel like it's getting too tall. I have the skipper, but I think I also have, which is clearly inadequate, but I also have the mainsail. So I'm just exploring my different options here. Do I have fuel lines? I do. Watch if. This is going to be sort of a middle stage. I'm going to build a stage below it. So I want it to have a little bit higher of a thrust to weight ratio, something closer to 2. 1.84 I think should be okay. Maybe even a little smaller. And then I'm going to put some radial boosters on there. We'll asparagus stage this thing. But I just wanted to get the size of this down. Like it's just getting so was getting too tall. Makes me nervous in this game. Do I need RCS? No. No, I don't think so. Maybe some monoprop storage. That's a good idea, but I might put that on the... actually, I might slide that in here. We'll slide some monoprop storage in here. But the reason why I'm not worried about that is I'm just going to park it, and then I'm going to get the lander to use the RCS on the lander and dock with it. So this is going to be the core thing. My next stage will need to have RCS. Okay, that's all good. That's all good. That's all good. I'm happy, happy, happy. Let's get some decouplers. Those guys. But... and maybe I should be actually adding in that monopropellant storage is a good idea. Slide those. Oh, whoa, don't do that. Slide those up. And mainsails. And then the idea is all three of these go off at the same time. We put a little bit of fuel lines going across like this. Bob's your uncle. Tons of thrust, tons of delta V, if anything, even too much. We can scale these down a little bit. Three at the same time. So much thrust, I might be able to get away with smaller motors. All three at the same time. Don't be like that. There we go. I can make this a lot smaller. Keeps wanting to separate those motors. Stop it. There. Okay, I'm closing in. I'm closing in. Did I ever get those slanty nose cones? Those... no, I didn't. That I was admiring? I did not. Do I have big nose cones? I do. So what I might just do... just add a little bit more fuel, just to make me feel a little better. And obviously some struts are going to be involved. There we go. We got about 5,000 meters per second, a little more than that. I got a lot of thrust. I think this is going to be... I think this is going to work. Engineering report isn't happy. What? No, it's good. It's good. I might not have been happy when I was putting on more. Maybe when I might have been going, I am close. I am close on the mass, which means this might prove interesting when I try and do the... I might have to upgrade the VAB to lift that 4,000 units of liquid fuel. That may be in the cards. That may be in the cards. Okay, that's that. Do you think she's going to be wobbly? Probably. Oh, wait. Struts? Oh, no. Are there struts in there? There are no struts in there. Goodness sakes, dude. You definitely need struts here. I am going to do a little auto strutting, just going down the stack. Just because I do think this thing is going to be a wobbly, bobbly nightmare. So I'm going to strut everything to the grandparent part. A lot of people use the heaviest part, but I kind of like the grandparent part, because that way they're all strutting to just... it won't let me do it on that one. They're not all strutted to the same thing. And I'm just going to work my way down the stack. For people making Kitten Space Agency, please just make this an automatic feature. That things are welded together in a rigid way. That would be just super. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. There. Motor. I also find stations can behave a little bit funny sometimes. Only I've had that experience with auto strutting. Okay. No, probably. Layden, I saw what you said with the engineer report. I bet you when I had those bigger boosters on the side, but I think this is looking okay now. But it does say something. I think when I have I might not even bother coloring this. I think I might just call it a day. Okay, we can turn down the thrust on these guys. Get the launch thrust to weight ratio to be something a little more reasonable. There we go, 1.35. What other options do I have for those motors? I think they're best the way they were. I think they are. And obviously some launch clamps. Gonna be a good idea. Okay, and let's deal with these fairings. So I'm going to put, this is going to be a clamshell deploy, lots of ejection force, 4 pieces. Same with this fella at the top. Four pieces, and we're going to use the gear action group to deploy them rather than deploy them through staging. And then I'm going to just move them up to the top so they're out of the way, and then I'm actually going to take them right out of the staging diagram. And I think this is it. No Kerbals aboard? No Kerbals aboard. Okay. Well, folks, what do you think? Should we... I think this might be ready to go. So this Mun Station contract's going to take, it's obviously going to take a couple of streams to complete, but oh my goodness, I'll have something that I can just dock to, fuel up, go back down. It'll be a science generating machine, I think, for me. Yeah, I got lights on the module, the station module itself, Oliver, but I didn't put any lights on the booster or on the carrier. Ooh, scares me. Oh, these came out black again. I always forget it does that. Okay. Well, we're going to save this and we're going to hope for the best. At least nobody's aboard. So let's just do it. Sure sounds good. Coming off the pad. I'm just going to very gently tap that over 5 degrees. Oh, I cannot lock the prograde. Shoot. There's something to get more science. That itself will make science collecting worthwhile. Just to get a better probe body. That probably was an option, but I'm glad I got the bigger motors. I'm using that mainsail now, so I think that was a good choice. So I'm just gonna have to manually move this thing up. It is a little wayward. Those. Trying to keep it on the 90. Do not even think about coming off of there. Okay, I'm going to just reduce throttle a bit. Try and keep that Apple Waps as close by. And that immediately makes it easier to fly, which is half the reason why I do it. Okay, just hold on to that 90. Be a good boy. I think I'm going to have to up the level of the VAB in order to launch that big chunk of fuel. Unless I do it in a couple of stages, which is an option too. Right down there on prograde. Under, what's my inclination like? 0.1. That is more than fine. Okay, still got a lot of fuel in this stage. Getting close to fairing separation. We'll see how that goes. Let's do it. Gear. Okay. That nose cone, unfortunately, is just being pushed against the top, but we'll lose it a little later. I'm being asked, I just rejoined. I'm launching the station in 2 modules, you know, sort of what I missed. This is an LFO tank here. But on the actual liquid fuel module, that will be later. Well, it's not going to be launched this stream, I don't think. Oh. I was getting so used. That stage was burning for so long, I forgot that there's another one. I'm going to go with the liquid fuel. This tank, honestly, by itself will fuel that lander up so many times. I don't need to put on extra ox, and I'll figure it out from there. We'll figure it out. Okay, almost at 80 kilometers. Okay. And can I lose this stupid nose cone? Oh, you know what I did? I don't think I detached this. Oh, dear. I just staged the fairing. There it goes. Oops. Lights. Lights and antennas. These antennas didn't deploy. Didn't like it. I have, Blake is saying he is brand new to KSP. Do I have any getting into orbit tutorials? Yes, I do. Take a look at my contract guide series at my channel. I think it's the 3rd or the 4th video. Is a nice, simple, early career getting to orbit video. You know, I'm going to turn down the gimbling on this just because I find it moving around so much distracting, and I know I don't need that much gimbal. Is that red light not blinking? That red light's not blinking. Blink. Blink, you stinker. Blink. Well, that one's... okay. Alright, so minus 70 on the periapsis. Yeah, I personally, I see both my contract series tutorials and my absolute beginner's guide tutorial, but I honestly think my contract series is the better one. It's the newer one. But the YouTube algorithm likes the absolute beginner's guide series. So what do I know? Okay, let's finish off this insertion. could just see the shadow of my nose cone going by. There we go. I got 1585 to get into orbit of the moon. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Now, actually, getting in orbit obviously is not good enough. What I also need to do, let's do a little bit of adjusting here where we're going. Where are my landers? Lander is, so I focused the view here. I not only have to get in orbit of the moon, I have to rendezvous with this lander. So that's, I'm going to have to think about that. So set that as a target. And let's get this show on the road, as they say. Typically about 855. Something like that. Whoops. A little more this way. What did I do? Okay, I don't know. I don't know why I was jumping around like that. Let's view this from the moon. For whatever reason, it doesn't want me to do that. Oh, really? Why? Okay, we'll do it. Just hitting the tab button. Oh, I went by the moon and moon. Okay. So I'm just trying to hit the moon right in the middle. For now, just like so, and turn that off. Whatever. You can see here there is a bit of a plane change. Plane changes are expensive, so the better way to deal with it is to simply pick your maneuver and go ahead and orbit. Considering I put this into, go ahead a few orbits, in fact. Then use the time scale to bring that back. And this is not my first getting to something in a polar orbit, so people who have watched a few of these series have likely seen this before. See how that angle's changed? Just keep doing it. Bring it back. Got up the time scale there a bit. Okay, getting closer. Maybe two more. Two more again. We can adjust. Maybe one more orbit. It's just really... There we go. Now we're getting really close. That's really good, actually. Very happy with that. That'll leave us with very small plane change to have to make. But the burn's not coming up for a couple of days. So what I'm going to do, what am I going to do, is use the game's... Oh, this is the... alarm clock mod alarm clock. I don't have the... Okay, I used it to override the stock alarm... or the game's alarm clock because I like this is the alarm clock mod. But I want to put an alarm for this maneuver. Give me like 10 minutes warning. Because I'm going to go do something else while that's coming. So we'll come to this in a little bit. Did I just lose it? Come on. Maneuver. 10 minutes warning. Add alarm. There we go. Okay, so I got that alarm there. Let's go back to the Space Center. This is oriented well. Yes. So everything here is good. Okay, back to the Space Center. I want to bring some more Kerbals up. Is that the stock alarm? It is? Okay. I could be wrong. I probably don't have Kerbal alarm clock in my list of things. It felt a little clunky. I know the button is the stock alarm button, but I thought maybe... No, that is the stock alarm. You're right. You're right. But either way, it's going to work. So what I want to do... No, what I want to do, sorry. I want to look at contracts. And then I want to get some more Kerbals up into space. And rescue, what's his name? DeBorn. I shouldn't say what's his name, because of course it is one of my patrons. Alright, so I'm mistaken. It is the stock alarm clock. How much does it cost? Oh, I need more money if I'm going to go to level 3. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to raise some cash before I can finish my station. Oh, I do have an Explorer Eve. Okay, this is interesting. Today is your lucky day. Simply head to Eve. This is obviously not happening today, but I'm thinking of the future, and this expires in 3 days. All you got to do is do an Eve flyby. That, I know I have the technology. Or do I? What are my antennas? I should check my antennas. Well, if not, I'll have it soon. I'm not going to do tourists. Well, tourists might be a good way to raise some cash, right? No, I'm not going to do that. Repair a satellite in orbit of Kerbal. Repair Communitron 16 on the damaged yada 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 satellite. I did one of those a little while ago. Rescue. I'm not going to do another rescue. Rescue? Low orbit, though. Oh, I don't want a chance for another pilot. Bunch of testing contracts. Attached a new part to a satellite in orbit of Mimus. Rescue Barbara from orbit of the moon. That might be more fun. That might be more fun. And rescue Calnand from the surface of the moon. Okay, okay. We're gonna... These moon ones sound like fun. I want to get back down to the moon surface anyway, so I'm going to grab those. I'm also going to grab this Explorer Eve one. Now, all of that's not going to happen today, but I thought, you know, get things rolling. Get some things set up for the future. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We're going to go into here, and we're going to pick some Kerbals to go back to the moon. This is what we're going to do. So we're going to open up my crew orbiter, the Gemini. And I forgot to do this last time with the Gemini. But this, the last one was the Gemini 3. This one is the Gemini 4. I like to change this every time. There. Okay, I should say there too. Good. Good. Okay. And cargo. I don't think I need to bring up any cargo at all. Let's look at Kerbals. This is really strange the way that's set up. Valentina went last time. Like I said, I think I only have 2 pilots, so I guess Deluxe is going this time. I have to move this. This is annoying. Okay. Williams, an engineer. Again, we're just going to send a pilot and a scientist. Roland went last time to the moon. Do I have a scientist who has not been on the moon yet? Dr. Jekyll's orbited the moon because we just rescued Dr. Jekyll. Lemet has not been to the moon, has planted a flag. Ooh, this would make Lemet a level... Isn't that level... No, it's not level 3. And Bob. Bob has planted a flag on the moon. Oh, let's see. Let's go with Lemet. let's go with Limit. Limit's gonna go. I was gonna think of sending Dr. Jekyll, but Dr. Jekyll just got back. Let's check the cargo again. Okay, that's sensible. Okay. So, saving and launching. We're gonna go rescue that Chaborn, is what we're gonna do. Yeah, I was just thinking, thank you, Maxim. I was thinking, does that make them level 3? And then I kind of stopped myself, and you're right. They have to orbit the sun to be level 3. Landing on Minmus gets them to level 2, but they have to orbit the sun, which honestly is not that difficult to do, to just kind of stick your nose out of Kerbin's SOI and then return, but not there yet. Okay, we are going to Kerbal Station right here. And then after we get into the Cerberus, which is docked there and now fully fueled, we're going to scoot out and rescue Chaborn out here. That's going to be the whole plan, and then we'll send them towards the moon as well. So I'm going to have a lot of stuff converging towards the moon. Oh, I have... Oh, okay, that's the Mun Station core. It sees that as a... Oh, Dr. Jekyll scrap. I should delete that. Okay, so... We're here. Let's time warp for the station. It's just over us. Okay, there. Z. Alright, I always wait for this target icon just to get to the end, the little bird wing there. We're off. The little lifter. Lux and Limit, and we'll pick up someone along the way. And then have everything kind of converging towards the moon. That's the whole plan. And with some luck, grab ourselves another pilot. So we're pitching over a little bit too quickly. Heading's not quite 90 degrees either. Corrected too much the other way. Now the... Ah! Get that heading. Oh, reduce throttle. Whoops, this is starting to get away on me. Okay. And yeah, I think next stream I'm also going to be having to think about money. And raising a little bit more cash so I can get that tier 3 VAB if I want to lift that 4,000 units of liquid fuel up. But it's clearly going to have to be for later, those thoughts. Okay. Just about at 50 kilometers. And those are fairing. Oh, and that was open. That's not good. What was that? And the one thing I'm thinking in this series is this is not going to be a series for SSTOs. I think all of my little to orbit shuttles are going to be of this nature, because not having the ability to revert or quick save or do it just makes designing an SSTO so difficult. At least for me. Oh, Ben, an SSTO is a single stage to orbit vehicle, usually in the form of a space plane. But they take a lot of tweaking to do, and I've kind of put myself in a situation where everything has to fly the first try, with not being able to revert. So that's why I'm keeping it simple. Okay, just about at 80 kilometers on the Apple axis, right about there. And just about in space too. Lights on, antennas out. Yep. Okay, and again, periapsis is almost out of the surface of Kerbin, so this is not going to be too much to finish off our insertion. Perfect. Okay, and that's it. So they are in orbit. Our target is going to be the station over here. We're going to make our way over there. Then the idea is to make our way out here, pick up to Bourne, and then from there we're going to make our way over to the moon. As well, of course, we have one of these is our Mun Station core. It is also on its way to the moon. So lots of things happening, but I think, looking at the time of the stream, that we're going to have to pick this up again starting next week. So I'm going to thank everybody that's in the chat. I'm going to thank everybody who's watching this at a later date. And of course, an extra special thank you to my Patreon patrons and YouTube members who help to support this channel directly. Have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you all again next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.